Few names in history evoke a mix of fear, intrigue, and mystery like Hasan Sabbah, the legendary leader of the Nizari Ismailis and the mastermind behind the infamous assassins. His life is shrouded in myth, but his influence on politics, religion, and warfare in the medieval Islamic world is undeniable. Join us as we delve into the life of a man who built an empire of ideas and fear from the mountaintop fortress of Alamut. Hasan Sabbah was born in Persia, likely in the city of Qom or Ray, around 1050 CE. Raised in a devout Shia Muslim family, Hasan showed an early aptitude for scholarship and religious study. His intellectual curiosity led him to study various sects within Islam, eventually aligning himself with the Ismaili branch of Shia Islam. At some point in his youth, Hasan traveled to Cairo, the capital of the Fatimid Caliphate, which served as the spiritual and political center of the Ismaili movement. In Cairo, he immersed himself in Ismaili theology and became a devoted follower of the Fatimid Imam. His time here shaped his worldview, but it also sowed the seeds of future conflict. Hasan's ambition and disagreements with other Ismaili leaders in Cairo eventually forced him to return to Persia. However, he returned not as an ordinary scholar, but as a missionary with a vision to establish a stronghold for the Ismaili faith in his homeland. Upon his return to Persia, Hasan Sabbah began a campaign of religious and political propagation, converting local populations to the Ismaili cause. His efforts culminated in the acquisition of Alamut Castle in 1090 CE, a fortress perched high in the Elburz Mountains. Alamut, which means eagle's nest, became the center of Hasan's operations. Legend has it that Hasan secured the castle through cunning and strategy, convincing the castle's owner to surrender it in exchange for a modest sum. Once in control, Hasan transformed Alamut into more than just a fortress. It became a hub of religious indoctrination, military planning, and political strategy. Under Hasan's leadership, Alamut became a self-sufficient stronghold. The surrounding lands were cultivated for food, and the fortress itself was fortified with advanced defensive structures. But Hasan's true weapon was not physical, it was ideological. He created a network of loyal followers who would carry out his will without question. From his base at Alamut, Hasan Sabbah established the infamous assassin order, known as the Hashishin. The term assassin has its roots in this group, and their name became synonymous with covert killings and political intrigue. Hasan's strategy was simple but effective. He targeted high-ranking officials, military leaders, and rulers who opposed the Ismaili cause. These assassinations, often carried out in public spaces, struck fear into the hearts of his enemies and destabilized their regimes. Contrary to popular myths, the assassins were not a chaotic band of killers. Hasan Sabbah's order was highly disciplined, with recruits undergoing rigorous training in theology, espionage, and combat. The loyalty of his followers was absolute, cemented by a combination of religious devotion and Hasan's charisma. One of the enduring legends about Hasan Sabbah is his supposed use of hashish to manipulate his followers. While modern historians question the accuracy of this claim, it remains a fascinating part of the mythos surrounding the assassin order. Hasan Sabbah's true genius lay not in brute force but in his ability to wield ideology as a weapon. His campaign against the Seljuk Empire, which dominated Persia at the time, was as much about undermining its authority as it was about protecting the Ismaili faith. By assassinating key figures within the Seljuk administration, Hasan created an environment of paranoia and instability. Seljuk rulers were forced to divert resources to defend themselves against the assassins, weakening their grip on power. Hasan Sabbah's movement also had a profound impact on religious thought. By establishing a stronghold for the Ismaili sect, he provided a haven for religious minorities in a period of intense sectarian conflict. His legacy ensured the survival of the Ismaili community in Persia and beyond. Hasan Sabbah spent the final decades of his life within the walls of Alamut, rarely venturing out. He focused on consolidating the assassin order, strengthening the fortress, and refining his theological teachings. By the time of his death in 1124 CE, Hasan had transformed Alamut into a symbol of resistance and a beacon of Ismaili faith. Unlike many leaders, Hasan Sabbah did not pass on his authority to a single successor. Instead, he left behind a system of governance that ensured the continuity of the assassin order long after his death. Hasan's legacy endured for centuries, with the assassin order continuing to play a significant role in Middle Eastern politics. Although the Mongols eventually destroyed Alamut in the 13th century, the myths and legends surrounding Hasan Sabbah and his assassins lived on. Today, Hasan Sabbah is remembered as a complex figure, a revolutionary leader, a theologian, and a master strategist. His life has inspired countless works of literature, from Marco Polo's accounts to modern novels and films. For the Ismaili community, Hasan Sabbah remains a symbol of resilience and faith. His vision ensured the survival of their sect during a time of persecution, and his teachings continue to influence Ismaili thought. The ruins of Alamut Castle stand as a testament to Hasan Sabbah's ingenuity and ambition. Scholars and travelers visit the site, drawn by the history and mystery of the man who once ruled from its heights. Hasan Sabbah's story is a reminder of the power of ideas to shape history. Whether revered or feared, his influence on politics, religion, and warfare remains unparalleled.